Alright guys, welcome to, I guess we can say the restart of the AGFL Madden franchise series. Obviously if you've watched the first couple games that we had, let's do that. We were on week 5 or 6, I believe. We restarted. There was a couple owners that were not active, so we're in a fresh franchise now. We got 5 teams. One of them, obviously, right now being the Packers. The new owner of the Packers, Corey Danielson, obviously Packers fan in real life, wanted to control the Packers here in this franchise. So had a little quick interview. Gonna try and make this series a little bit more realistic. Like I said, we'll try and talk to the owners before the games, get their input on maybe how the season's going, their game plan for say, what maybe they want to focus on, this week, next week, whatever the case may be, season outlook. So, like I said, start off with Corey, the Thursday night game against the Bears in Chicago. He thinks he's got a playoff team right now, right away, with LaFleur as the new coach. Like I said, I spoke with him before the game. He says he's excited to see what this team can do for what he hopes is many seasons to come. And he said as far as tonight's game, this is being the Thursday night game, he wants Rodgers to just come out throwing, let the O-line try and get into a rhythm early, and then slow down Khalil Mack. Maybe throw some double teams his way. Then hopefully he said he wants Rodgers' throwing game to help open up the running game for Jones. So we'll, obviously another new thing for the series, the owners will basically kind of control how the game's played in a way. Meaning, obviously, as you just saw, you can play the full game, just play the moments, play just offense, just defense, or we can watch the game for say, kind of like what we used to do for the original franchise. Just watch the games, let the computer play it out. I don't prefer that just because sometimes, obviously, the quarterbacks, sorry, won't scramble. Like if nobody's open, they'll kind of just stand in the pocket and give the defense free sacks. So, like I said, we'll try and play a couple. I know 2 of the owners, the Eagles owner and the Seahawks owner, Christian Snyder of the Eagles and Keegan Bitzer of the Seahawks, and obviously myself with my Ravens, we'll all be playing our games. Corey does not have a PlayStation, and the Steelers owner, Nick Gillis, has an Xbox, so obviously he can't play his games. But like I said, I'll talk to them before their games, see what they want me to do. Obviously, to be fair, if they want me to play, I'll play, obviously, and try and do the best I can. Or I can do moments, whatever. If I do play offense, obviously I'll be the quarterback and the receiver, stuff like that. Defense, I'm going to let the secondary do their thing. I'll use our linemen just so I'm not really controlling too much of the game. And it kind of lets the team, dictate their own destiny per se. So, real quick, a new feature obviously to this Madden, if you've watched other YouTubers before, played the game yourself, etc. X Factors and Superstars basically gives them a little advantage. So you can see Khalil Mack, obviously, like we just said, for the game plan. I'm going to say he gets at least 2 sacks, even with the double teams and whatnot. So that'll be fun to kind of see. Jair Alexander, obviously shut down corner. Rodgers, he's going to be, that offense probably. Left tackle here, obviously Devontae Adams. Kenny Clark, defensive tackle. That's probably one of the guys we'll be using for the Packers. And obviously Eddie Jackson and Kyle Fuller on the Bears side for defense. So we'll see. I'm not going to change any of the uniforms. There's just the playbooks. I want that on. Uniforms are not going to change. We're just going to get right into the opening night. For the game, I'll probably end up muting my mic at some point, or just unplugging, let the commentators kind of take over. That way you guys can kind of watch the game as well. Depending on, obviously, like I said, what kind of game the owners want me to do, if it's just moments or offense, defense, whatever, might change if we commentate or not. I know, like for Christian, when he plays his games, we're going to have him in the party chat with us, so you'll be able to hear him kind of game plan and talk a little bit. But we'll see. Like I said, I think for this game, I'm just going to mute my mic and kind of let the game speak for itself. I'll see you guys after the game. Go Pack.
Tonight, we kick off the new season with a great one in the NFC North. A potential classic between the Green Bay Packers and the defending champs of the division, the Chicago Bears. I'll be back at halftime with a look ahead to the weekend. But for now, let's get to Chicago and say hello for the first time to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, back for our 4th season already calling games together. Hard to believe that. And as we begin 2019, the 100th season of the NFL, it's the 199th matchup between the Packers and the Bears.
Makes our 4 seasons together seem rather small, doesn't it, when you put those numbers next to it? But how about this opener? Last year, it was the season opener in Green Bay, and that was an absolute classic. Aaron Rodgers coming back and throwing the big touchdown passes for the Packers to win. But now they're under new management. Matt LaFleur is their head coach. Rodgers still the quarterback. The Bears, the defending NFC North champs.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense heading out, led by Mitchell Trubisky, a Pro Bowler last year in 2018. And, of course, the number 2 overall pick in the draft back in 2017. Throw out wide, caught by Robinson. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason. And we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky, and his throw's going to be incomplete. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
The versatile defenders, Darius Smith had a breakout season with the Baltimore Ravens in 2018. Just in time for free agency, and parlayed that into a nice contract with the Green Bay Packers, who are looking for a pass rusher off the edge.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. This is caught. It's Ryan Brand. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And that's complete to Adams. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
10 more there and another first down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that. But you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards into Chicago, first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
Draw play here, Trubisky gives to Cohen. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up.
One thing I will touch on that I actually just noticed, we are using some realistic sliders from Operation Sports. one of the more known, I guess, slider makers per se. This was their most recent set of realistic sliders, so kind of a test run still. I did a couple tests with them before the franchise, so we'll see how they go, but it's supposed to make it more realistic, and as of right now, I think it's holding up pretty good, so we'll see what the rest of the game brings, I guess.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards, first
right now,
down,
Packers look like they're in control. So
coming in, he really liked his chance
once again, I'm going to head out. Let commentators go. Enjoy the game.
Runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Rodgers now on first down. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Even. 4 down. Even.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And some space here. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
This is caught by Robinson. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
First carry in the league here for David Montgomery, the man out of Iowa State. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 31.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll try to run forward with Cohen. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st down, Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They run. Montgomery able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a first down carry by Jones. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy. We need team.
On the delay, Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. First down, a run with Cohen. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 30-yard line.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually...
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. We focus our attention on the Bears defense now. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that. Totally missed it.
From the 45 on second down, Rodgers. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards, first down, Packers. They'll run on first down. Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now the pass to Grant, and he's got it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. Forced out to his left. He'll have a first down inside the 10. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Trubisky will throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. That's complete to the tight end, Sauber. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
On first down, Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. So we have hit halftime of the 2019 opener from Chicago.
All right,
As we'll send you
there we
down
go for the
Orlando,
first
we
half
check
of
in with
this
Jonathan
opening
Coachman
night
for our
game.
EA Sports halftime report.
Unfortunately, the
Coach.
CPU is not very good at clock management, as you saw. They did the no huddle,
All right,
blew
Brandon,
about 10
good to
to
get
12
another
more
season
seconds, and then called
underway.
a timeout
We'll
rather
get
than
back to you
call the
guys for
timeout
the
first.
second half
But
of the season opener. But first, let's take
there's
a
your
look at
stats
what's
so
still
far.
to
I'd say right now
come here in
pretty
the opening
even, besides
weekend
obviously the
of the
interception.
NFL season. We'll start in the early
By
window and
Trubisky on
begin
their
up
first
in
drive, I think.
Minneapolis. A tough one
I mean,
for the
Rodgers threw one
homestanding
right back, but
Vikings
the Packers
as they'll be
defense
forced to
held.
reckon with the Atlanta Falcons.
Go 3 and out.
More good stuff later in the afternoon. One being
Other
down
than that,
in
I mean,
the
I think right
desert,
now,
where it'll be the Cardinals
pretty
at home
even.
in Glendale, taking on the
I
Detroit
know Corey's
Lions.
not watching this
And
game,
finally,
but
on Sunday Night Football, a good one to kick off the year
I don't think he
as the
can be
Patriots will raise
too
their
upset with
6th
how the
Super
game
Bowl
started.
banner at home
I know he wants more
against
than
their
14
rivals
points,
through many
but
of those years, the Pittsburgh Steelers. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we
Trubisky's
hand it back
playing
over to Brandon Godden
pretty realistic.
and Charles Davis.
Missing some open
Coach,
guys,
thank you, and we welcome
hitting some
everyone
good throws,
back
but also
for
missing
number 3.
easy throws
We'll
at
see if
home.
week
So
1 fatigue becomes any kind of a
let's see what
factor as
happens
we
as far
are
as
back
that.
underway in the second half. And this
we're
will
going to see
not
more
be
throws from
returnable. It's
Rodgers.
out of the back of the end
We will
zone
see more
for a
throws from
touchback.
Rodgers because I know that
And
was
Green
Corey's
Bay
original
getting
game
ready
plan.
to go
So
as they take the field.
here we go. Start of the
They
second
built a
half.
good
Enjoy.
first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers got a man. That's Allison. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
The pass complete to Ryan Grant. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Clinton Dix making the safety blitz look easy. Zooms in for the sack. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Here's Jones. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout.
Well,
got an injured
not a good opening drive. I thought
while the training staff
the
works
line was
on
going to pick up that block and only have the edge. But
right
another was a potentially big injury. Jones going down. Let's wait and see what it is.
And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field.
Out for the rest
but they're
of the
real
season.
excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Let Corey know real quick. Alright, well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field,
Sorry,
and they
Corey.
will send this one away.
Well, we'll be back.
Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards and a Chicago 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the 25 on 2nd down, Trubisky. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Trubisky now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, Williams. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's complete to Graham. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 13 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a run with Montgomery. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now second and 6.
Again, it's Cohen. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Now Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. On the draw, this is Cohen. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. He finds Robinson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the... And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears get a bit closer. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin the drive with Williams. And an alley to run. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it and not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On play action, now Rodgers. Flush to his right. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Zadarius Smith, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Draw play. Cohen takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
Well, the second down throw on target. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Trubisky to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Trubisky to throw again. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here.
We got our first game plan change. Corey wants a little bit more pressure.
Look for a late touchdown.
Probably not the best spot to do it, but
Trubisky.
I want them to blitz a little bit more.
And he'll be
So
brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
blitz play.
Trubisky will throw to the end zone,
So
but
about
it's
4th and goal.
incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with
And there's
Trubisky.
Trubisky.
And no, it's incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They run it again with Williams. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Out the rest of the way.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll try to jet sweep here. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up. Because most of the time, a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee.
So this will be the end of obviously episode 1 of this season. We're going to do a quick post-game recap. And then we'll obviously go back to the menu, see if there's any upgrades. Might not be, because again, custom sliders and XP sliders as well. Try and slow it down a little bit, make it a little realistic. But like I said, we'll kind of do a quick recap and get ready for game 2, I think. I believe Christian said he's on, so we'll have to text and find out.
But it'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Packers, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener.
QB comparison
and they'll get a
real
few
quick.
extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago,
kind of an even game,
obviously
really.
fall to 0-1 with the defeat, and they'll look to get back on track
down,
next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.
Pulled a Mitch, I guess what you can say. Throws it back in the end zone.
Our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaunt.
Rushing,
You've been watching
Green Bay.
the NFL on EA
Sports. What can you say about that? Passing, like I said, kind of an even game. Mitch just kind of missed some throws. The Packers punted twice, I believe. One was put out of bounds and one was down to the 9, so easy day for the punter. Turnovers, you had the fumble, I believe, in the 4th that led to the only Bears touchdown in the 4th. Well, only touchdown of the game, actually. 3rd downs, I would say both teams really kind of got to fix that. Bears 2 key 4th down conversions in the 4th quarter, except for obviously the one that mattered the most in the goal line. No 2-point conversions. Green Bay in the red zone did what they had to do. I think the one time I think I made a mistake and got Rodgers sacked in like 2nd or 3rd down, which led to only a field goal, but still 4 for 4, not bad. Penalty wise, some silly penalties. I think there was a couple face masks and I think 1 or 2 holdings, but as to be expected. Time of possession, again, like I said, kind of equal, really, for how it started like it was going to look. You figure it's 14-0 at halftime, and then Green Bay came out, and then obviously was up 24-3, so you think, it's going to be more lopsided than that. But now we go to the stat comparison. Rodgers, 112 rating, obviously the better of the two. 18 for 12. Only real incompletion being the interception. I don't remember the other one. I think it was a drop. Yardage, again, kind of equal. Both had a touchdown, both had a pick. Rushing, something Green Bay wanted to kind of focus on, Corey said. But they want to get the pass first. Obviously, a big injury. Aaron Jones out for the season with a torn rotator cuff. Had a good game going, 14 for 70. Cohen led the way, 1889. And Jamal Williams coming in to sub Jones actually had a better running attack, 8 for 74. You can see the average 9.2 to 5. So Bears worked in Montgomery 4 times for 23. Aaron with his legs, obviously. Jones, 2 touchdowns, the only rushing touchdowns of the game. No fumbles. Receiving, Anthony Miller, big day for the Bears. Obviously right there at 12.5 average. No touchdowns, like I said, there was only, I think, the one passing touchdown right here to Grant. Oh, and one to Holtz, that's right. For the Bears, but yeah, Gabriel had 1 catch late in the 4th for 26. Alex only had 1 for 4. Mercedes Lewis had 1, I believe, in the 2nd for 9. Holtz, obviously, the touchdown. Sternberger, 29. Scantling, 24 on 2. Jimmy Garrett only had 2. I think Corey's going to want to try and get him worked in more. So we'll have to wait and find out for that. Robinson, Cohen, Grant had the touchdown. He had 5 for 62. So it's not obviously too bad. Devontae Adams, obviously, probably going to be the go-to for Rodgers all year. Led today. The only drop was Robinson. Defense. I mean, right there. Darnell Savage, Tremont Williams lead the way for the Packers. Mika Mara for the Bears. TFL, Savage again, kind of stepping up. Montravius Adams, Khalil Mack, obviously going to be a force. Only had a half a sack, which kind of surprised me. Campbell had 1. Zarius Smith 1, which I figured he would have had more as well. But Clinton Dix against his former team gets 1. Savage again, all categories kind of stepping up. Lynch had 1. Preston Smith had 1. And then Goldman and Mack obviously split 1. Kevin King, the 1 interception, I kind of goofed and took over and got the pick, so that one probably wouldn't have stood. But Dan Trevathan got the pick on Rodgers. And that is it. So like I said, we'll jump out real quick. Check out the upgrades over here. Right guard, Billy Turner. Pretty sure he's a backup right now, but go ahead and do that up to a 65. Alright. And obviously the injury is going to be Aaron Jones for the season, 24 weeks. So obviously put him on IR. So that'll free up a roster spot. So it'll be interesting to see what Corey wants to do. A couple of backups here out for the season. But other than Jones, no real major injuries, really. We'll have to see. That is it. Oof. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Christian? Yeah, it still got the win. I think it was a decent run. I think it was a decent run. He was going, got the first down, was getting through, and then yeah, torn rotator cuff out for the season, but still looking good though. Like I said, Jamal Williams came in at 8 rushes for 74, so obviously big production from Jones being out, but it's could always be worse. But like I said, put him on IR. Should have freed up a roster spot, but I guess not. He's not there. But yeah, so could have been a lot worse. Like I said, I'll have to talk to Corey, see what he wants to do, but obviously you're around Christian. I'm going to try and figure out the share place we can get your game going here, but that'll be it for this episode, fellas. Stay tuned for the Eagles game up next.